Hello, folks. I greet you. Good morning, one and all. Welcome to another challenging day of broadcasting from this end. Voice of the People Radio, 90.3 FM on the dial. And I dare say a rewarding day of listening for you over there. I am Citizen Jones Hussein. Our first offering, as always, would be newspaper headliners. And the papers are here. But my colleague, Charles Ideho, we are going to team up with him remotely. He's not in town, but we'll get him electronically just so we look at the papers together. So welcome once again. Did I tell you today is a Saturday, the 27th day of September 2025. Okay then. We make to greet our colleague Charles Ideho, who is enjoying his time in his native Edo State. So I wish to say good morning to our friend and colleague Charles Ideho. Hello, good morning, Charles.
First, good morning to you, listeners. I appreciate. I'm here in Ekboma, enjoying myself. Thank you for dragging me to the studio this morning.
Well, is it about dragging you or asking you to come?
Yes, exactly.
You are on a work holiday.
Yes, yeah, just like our president. I'm on a three city work holiday.
Okay then.
Thank you.
Yeah, the first paper here is the Punch. So let's punch the headline stories.
Okay.
Sacked workers. Pengasan threatens to picket Dangote refinery. Did you see this coming?
Yes, I did. I actually did see. But who is going to win the war, or if you will, the battle, is what we need to look at. For me, the story, the sacked workers, they have a right according to, I think there's a session, I can't call that session in the Labor Act that makes it though not mandatory, that gives the right to the workers to join a union for their benefit and for their own welfare. Then Dangote also is an investor. He says that there are certain practices that he is noticing in his refinery, particularly out of sabotage from some workers, and they also understand, according to allegations, that some of them are being induced financially induced to.
As a matter of fact, he is known to have said, if he allows them have his way,
yes,
fuel scarcity might return.
Exactly. Apart from that, I think they also, because of his harsh stance against this unionism and all that, I think there are allegations that some of them are being induced financially to sabotage whatever he's doing there. So he, according to allegations, swear that he was able to identify some of them, and then he got sacked. But now Pegasus is saying that he sacked them because he felt that they have joined the union. That's why he sacked them, and then replaced them with some Indians who do not even have proper documentation. So it's
not be true, because Dangote has over 3,000 Nigerians on his payroll. So
exactly, that's what he said. But they say he sacked the
imported 3,000 Indians, and
with Dangote import Indians without proper documentation. Is that possible? Is that likely?
The truth is somewhere in between.
It is somewhere between, but I hope we will get to see the truth so that I can report to the listener in the course of time.
So the coming days are very interesting.
Yes, exactly.
Charles, let me drag you to Ibadan. All hail King Ladoja.
Yes, it was very colorful. I watched it on the social media. I think for me, when you are older, you should be able to correct me if I'm mistaken. My impression is that this is about the youngest Olubadan in recent years, because the older ones have always been in their 70s, 80s before they got coronated, and then before you know it, a few years,
Things change.
they are dead. So
Things change.
yeah, exactly. So this is also quite very instructive. I think he's also made history because he's the first former governor to attend that to have ascended that throne. So he has this history behind him, and then he's also said that being a monarch is not just wearing long beards and multiplying wives; that they have to also do a lot to ensure that the people that his subjects are taken care of. So we hope that he's going to bring all changes to the Ibadan stool, so that they begin to rank, Ibadan stool begin to rank among the first class stools across Nigeria. Because it does seem that even when you talk about the thrones in the southwest, Ibadan is usually not in the 1, 2, 3, 4. You usually hear of the Honor of Ife, you hear of the Shoun of Bomosho, you hear of the one in Alafin of Oyo. You also hear of the one who died last year, the one what's his name, Obadetono, the Awujale,
Yeah.
and then the Agba. So, but Ibadan is not just because maybe because of the frequency of the succession. Before you want to blink your eye,
Charles,
yes.
what should concern you and I is Ibadan has a new Olubadan.
Yeah, I'm only just to
Me, I know, but
expand it.
concern me. Concern
Well,
me.
okay. Let's leave it at let's leave it at that.
Let us interrogate this statement credited to an Edo boy. He says, "No miracle can save Nigeria's football."
Yes, well, he also narrowed it down to even. I read that it's an interview. Edo boy is a comedian actually. What's his name? Bobby Okoji is his name. So he looked at it's not even different from what Okocha also said. Okocha and some other people who are also taking a look, look at the way the sport is run, particularly football. The NFF, all of they are doing it. So it's not difficult for it's not even what he said, but we believe in miracle. In the miracle of Jaman, we were 4 goals down in Saudi Arabia in 1989. We came to equalize, we won, and then people are beginning to make that is now. If so team loses, the so team loses.
Don't forget also the miracle of Atlanta. Nigeria, Brazil.
1996 exactly. So they are hoping that the miracle, but he is saying that no miracle. We should forget the miracle of the miracle of Atlanta, that the way the football is being run now, even qualifying for 2026, as he said, we may just have to forget it and plan for the future. And I agree with him.
Okay, because okay.
No, not because of that. Okay, okay now.
This
Yeah.
is a rather interesting one.
Mm.
Police removed me from my abusive marriage, Victoria Inyama.
Yes, it's an actor actress. You will. I think when I was when I had the stint in the Nollywood in Enugu, I worked with her briefly on two projects. It was an abusive marriage actually, until but she didn't want to leave. She didn't want to leave. The husband that time, to the extent, City Jones, the husband was, I think, was an Arsenal fan, or I can't remember which, or whether, or Man U fan. And the lady, each time they were playing, the lady dares not make any noise. Or if you say, oh, your team is not playing well, she will receive the beating of her life. To that extent, the man will beat her. The man now forced her to love football, and also love his own team. So even to the extent that if his team loses, he will beat the wife for the team losing.
Oh,
Did you see that?
I know Siamo.
If for example Man U loses like this, the woman does suffer for that. So she was always praying whenever the team was playing, that she was praying to God. You go into her room and be praying that the team should not lose. Yes.
Victoria and the husband should learn from me.
Okay.
Me na Arsenal. My wife na Man U. Because
Yes.
my son na Man U.
Yes.
My son-in-law is Arsenal. So my daughter is Arsenal.
Okay. Oh.
Wahala no day. 2-2.
No day, but this one, if your team loses, both you and your wife, well, why can't even say all? But this one, oh God, people, human beings, eh? Yeah, let's go ahead, sir. Yeah.
So, somebody said marriage is an institution, and then the question came: who wants to live in an institution?
Okay, you don't live, but the only institution provides knowledge and studies and all that. But you also, I'm sure you also heard that marriage is the only institution you are given the certificate before you even gain admission.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And nobody gets educated at an institution. You only.
And we also don't graduate in the institution of marriage.
Okay. More stories in the Punch. Police intercept smuggled petrol. This is a story set.
But those who are still smuggling petrol,
close to Cameroon.
Yeah, those who are still smuggling. Yeah, go ahead, sir.
Cameroon and the Benin Republic.
Yes, it used to be very, very lucrative, but not anymore. Those who are smuggling petrol to the yonder places, particularly our neighbors and all that, are doing that. I think at a risk, is business risk, because over there, the cost of petrol over there now, I think they even said when you even buy and take it there, you run at a loss. So because of the cost here, sometimes it's even cheaper. It's even more expensive to even do that for now. So I don't know. Maybe they may have found other ways to sabotage the system. But the police, I think, intercepted them, and then we got arrested, and that business was botched.
Okay. My part of the country is in the news. Would you believe?
Okay.
It's Aqua Cross.
Aqua, yeah.
Pirates abduct 17 passengers on Calabar-Oron waterways.
Yes, I also read it, and everywhere you go to, where is the south, the east, the south, they cross the Aqua Cross and all that. Nowhere appears to be safe. I can let last Saturday when I was with you, I told you that I was at that time I was even thinking whether to go to Aba or not because of the stories I was hearing. But as a journalist, we also are very curious, even though sometimes we have to run at a risk to do certain things. I had to, against all advice, I had to travel to Aba. But since Jones, I told you that I was glad I went. Because the story I got, the optics and the beautiful image I got about Aba, what is happening about now, how Aba is even more beautiful than some cities in Nigeria, the elimination of Agbero, the reduction to the bare minimum of kidnapping, the beauty of that state, the aesthetic beauty of that state and all that. Jones, I was happy I went to Aba. A lot of things happen over there, and it's a city I have added to my list of a city of those city I want to also spend my time in, because that Aba is beautiful. I was glad I went there. I think the criminalities being reported is overhyped. I think all those things that we hear in the news, they are not as this. What I mentioned is a reflection of what is being reported. Honestly.
Yeah, Charles, Aba to Uyo is less than 1 hour.
Yes. I know about it. I've been to you a number of times. Yes.
Does that say a story?
To to Surah. To Surah, and Surah here and correct. But I've been there a number of times. Yeah. So I hope the authorities will do a lot to ensure that they are rescued alive. Actually.
Vanguard newspaper next. Nigeria's economy at 65. How we missed the boat?
Well, we did miss the boat because successful government, particularly, is I think at the heart of that is the profligacy of government, the cost of government, and all that. Sometimes because of doing business, then there's no sustenance of policies. Some are sort. This one will come jettison the policy of the other, particularly even if it is intra-party succession. There is no way that the incoming one want to build on the becoming legacy, coming policy of the outgoing government and all that. So it's what has it's not helped us at all, and that's exactly Vanguard actually captured all those ones and said about this policy consistency it has actually did us in terms of economy in this country. Well, we are 65. We are still grappling with, we are still crawling as toddlers, which is of course very shameful, honestly.
Yeah, Charles,
shameful. Yes.
Remember the biblical story of then go take from those we no get and give those we get.
Yes, it was. I think it was Jesus Christ that said, if you have a red letter Bible, it's written in red, which means it's Jesus Christ was quoted verbatim. It's not as if he was saying that it was something that must happen, but he tells you that people who are even poor, they're not thinking alive. They're not thinking where. For instance, if you give an everyday person money, maybe just give the person about 5 million naira. What is he thinking about? He wouldn't think about how to multiply that money. We'll be thinking about how to go drink and buy drink for his friends.
Put simply, it is all about the parable of the talent.
The talents, those the one who buried his own, I never got anything. So it's the same thing, the same. But and it's quite yeah, plus to Nigeria, of course, and our leadership. Yes.
Okay. Cleric preaches obedience, discipline to citizens.
Well, even in the clergy, how much discipline is over there, even in the clergy. That's they should also do a self cleansing in the clergy, honestly, before you even talk to the laity and then the other. Because for now, even if you get to the church, you see that even in discipline has also crept in. You find that, for instance, somebody said the other day, I don't know, on social media that he was paying his tithe regularly, doing all sorts of, but when he needed help, the pastor asked him to pray. I mean, that's also part of what they should also look at. Then we also look at some pastors. This is not an attempt to rubbish the clergy. I'm only trying to buttress my point with what I said earlier. You know, some of them wearing expensive clothes. Even some of them, sir. I'm in a church, highly placed in my church. There was a man of God, a bishop, that we invited to come. He was supposed to start preaching by 6. The man did not show up until 8. You know, is that discipline?
Oh yeah.
So exactly. So they must show up, because in communication, also in communication, we always tell them that there is also you teach more effectively by visuals. What people see, they learn more than what they hear from you say. Yes, so okay. the clergy also has to do a lot of cleansing.
All right, Charles, take your time from us. 20 minutes past 7.
That's it.
It is newspaper headliners. Still in the Vanguard, Tinubu hails Ladoja as 44th Olubadan. Recalls Ibadan's role in a Milokan victory.
You know, when I was listening to him yesterday, I said, is it not possible, Mr. Jones, that politicians will go to event and just restrict their speeches to what the event is all about? But Tinubu also used it as an occasion to tell us that the hunger in the land is suffering. That what you are doing is because we are suffering, and then he knows that, but that the suffering will definitely bring about a turnaround in our fortunes and all that. So, but less was said about the coronation, less was said about the occasion, more was said about political issues and all that. So it's typical of a politician. We always look for a occasion. Yesterday I was at an occasion in Ekboma here. Look at it was a Catholic church. I mean, if you look at the Catholic politicians everywhere, if you see them here and there, they were just making political statements. Couldn't just come? Let's just eat rice and forget one. Mourn the dead. We're just making statement. That's what happened. But congratulations to Ladoja. My prayer is that he reigns long in that truth, so that there can be stability in that truth.
Charles, on that truth, Charles, my prayer is you don't veer into politics.
Yeah, just leave them, just leave them, because leave them, just leave them. You can hear, but don't be a participant. Even us as journalists, some of us who report politics, we follow them here and there. I also always say to myself, when I see certain things that are being done by politicians, I say, Oga, I know go that side. Let me just report the matter and then and get out of the scene. Honestly.
Okay, many are called, few are chosen. So.
So
hear this one. 2027 coalition demands Atiku Obi's full transition into ADC.
Yes, I think I think sometime last month, I had Malambolaji Akemi on my radio show. I asked him all this. I said people were asking, what's this issue? Issues. He should explain the difference between coalition and the other people still holding up to their parties. For instance, Obi is a member of the coalition, but it's where I wouldn't know whether Obi is still with the Labour. I don't know where he is. Then we have but he said they gave them a matching on that, but at a certain time in the near future, whether the future is now, that they are going to compel all of them to come into the fold so they can begin to drive the party. El-Rufai went to SDP, drove him, and they declared him bastard of Grata. I don't know what party El-Rufai belongs to now. I think it's only David Mark, Aregbe Shola, and then lately, Atiku could have, decided to enlist in the membership of that party. So the others will be and all that. So they have told them now, join. You either stay with us or you ship out.
Hear this one. ADC to members, quit other parties now. That's another story.
That's exactly what I just said, and I agree with them. If you want to promote the ideas of a certain of a cause, why don't you instead of doing it from the other end? If Obi wants to remain in Labour, then let him tell us and see how he can help them build Labour. But if you leave, let him leave and come to ADC. Let us know what party they belong to. That's exactly where we are now, honestly.
Okay, consider this one. Negotiating with bandits undermines Nigeria's authority.
I agree. If you read that report, there's
senior military chiefs warn.
Yes, I read the report because you have bandits, you have all these insurgents that have killed people. They maimed them. They made some wives widows prematurely. Made some people widower prematurely. Made people to be orphan prematurely. And then Yes, you are now negotiating with them. Come, we will embrace you, sin no more. But there are no repatriation, nothing said about those people that they have done injustice to. Your own is just, let's see how to ensure that they no longer take to arms and all that. But what about those who have killed? What about those who have made orphans that they can't even fend for themselves? What about those who have become premature widows and widowers, the case may be? Nobody's talking about that. All you are doing is, okay, let's just have them go see no more and all that. And then you have left all those ones. So that's why it's warning that it is good to negotiate, but don't forget that injustice was done to some people. So also remember that.
All right. Blackout looms as TCN workers down tools over unpaid salaries.
I think it's only those who are coming to Nigeria for the first time that will be apprehensive. As they say, second base, that thing is not new. I mean, it's not new. We know where. Not today with the inside darkness. Even if they lie, let them do whatever they want to. But I think we have developed thick skin against all these threats and counter threats. Honestly.
Okay, how about this? Traders lament as Lagos government demolishes 19 buildings at Trade Fair Complex.
Yes.
Plaza.
Yeah, the Ministry of Environment or the Commissioner for Environment actually stated that, was it no, Minister of Commissioner for Environment said that yes, that complex belongs to the federal government, but it is situated in Lagos on Lagos land, and that if what they are doing there violates the master plan of Lagos State, they have a right to demolish. It has no ethnic coloration. If you were supposed to build a shop somewhere and you did not follow the building code, You don't expect the authority to let you just build anyhow, disrupt the building code and all that. That's why I said they went there to wave the big stick to ensure that people were beaten into line. That you cannot just because it's a federal government complex that you just start building as you please. That it is also it's under the purview of Lagos State government to ensure that building codes and all the structures are maintained so that in future it will not be too difficult for them to do. So that's why they said they went in there to straighten it out. Whether it's for Igbo, whether it's Yoruba, this thing has no ethnic coloration. That's what the commissioner said.
Okay. Does this remind you of Nasser El-Rufai's coming as Minister of the FCT?
Well, you called in the Mr. Budoza, right? You remember that time? Yes, exactly. But again, I also said, I think it's if you look at what the commissioner said, and again, well, I think that if you were going to demo, because people have spent so much money, that's a given. You know, I will grant that. Let's grant that people have spent so much money, and not even though they were engaging in illegality, but I think there ought to have been a certain succor granted them, because people don't just leave them. They don't just lose their investment, because I know the government on the one hand has a responsibility to ensure that the building code is not disrupted. Then yes,
if
yes,
you had money today, would
yes.
you just approach any barren land, open land, and start building?
But again,
won't you ask questions?
You must ask questions, because it could be under government acquisition. If you did that, you will lose. Then it could also be like a setback. If you did that, you will lose. It could also be under dispute. If you did that, you will lose. So I think it's always very good for people to do due diligence to ensure that all doubts are clear before you can move into somewhere to do something that's a project of that magnitude, which you're going to be sinking so much money in funds and all that. So that's also. But I just felt, because it's for humanity's sake, that's why I brought in the second leg of my analysis there.
Okay, consider this one. Tragedy as middle-aged man stabs grandparents to death over food.
Kano State, yes. I think it's Kano State. The recorder say this will not reach. Why? I should have got there. I shouldn't have got there. And I went around. Before you know it, it resorted to scuffle. Before you knew it, grandparents lay dead. But he's been arrested, so right now he's been interrogated. I hope he said the police looking for the remote causes of his actions. But I mean, that's how can you kill your grandparents because of food?
I hope nobody tells me this is having to do with subsidy removal.
No, well.
Madness.
No. I think it's just simple madness, and it has to do with metal imbalance, if you ask me. Yes.
Okay. 29 and a half minutes past 7. Let's move to the Sun. The Daily Sun is there. Charles, I take you to Rivers State. Fubara disbands Rivers Pension Board.
Well, the pension board I don't know whether...
It tells you the man don't resume.
Yeah, it don't resume, but it should also be a bit careful. You know, I mentioned last Saturday that I don't know, because I don't just know. It's too early in the day. Why don't you just relax? Let them think that you are now part of them. Why you work clandestinely to first of all study how they work, and then you infiltrate and see how you can also move in and then recruit some of the food soldiers to your side. So it has to wake up, because this man, I think that the IBAs that just left said they used a lot of, they did a lot to ensure that ghost workers were taken out of the system using the pension board. So I don't know if it's too early. I wouldn't know, but I'm just saying you should be very careful and be very, very careful so that it's not pitted against the powers that be. Because somebody even said yesterday, I read it in the news, that Amici may have backtracked, but he is desirous of getting that man out of that seat at all costs. He may not be doing it, but they are trying to sign move for him to do that. But it should not play into their hands at all. It should be very, very well grounded now. I think it's too hasty to get started like that.
Or hasty to draw conclusions.
And we're also hasty to draw conclusions. So, but let's just wait
But
as a foot. Yes.
do you remember the quotation I always like to use by
Napoleon.
Napoleon?
Mm.
In politics, when your enemy is making a mistake, don't interrupt him.
Yes, and then you know Napoleon that the Yoruba people call Napoleon to Bonaparte. Yeah.
Okay, this is a happy news. Excitement as Ladoja is installed 44th Olubadan.
Yeah, recurring news, recurring story, which we dealt with that earlier. Mm.
How about this curious one? I don't want a mother-in-law.
But you see, we've had cause to discuss that on the radio. For instance, you want to grow old, have children, and your children will get married. You become a mother-in-law and become a grandmother. Yet you are wishing that you do not have any. So what are you wishing for yourself? That when you get married, you not be a mother-in-law. What you are saying in essence, that before your children marry, you would have been dead. That's what it means. So people should be very careful what they wish for. It's not all mother-in-laws that are no good. For instance, my wife, I hope she she's sorry, she may not be listening. She said that she also grew up with that thing that she didn't like mother-in-law, she didn't like mother-in-law and all that. And then when my mother died a year before I married her. But the story she heard about my mother said, oh, she was now wishing that she met the woman. You see the irony. Oh, I never knew. Okay.
Many daughters-in-law express a wish
honestly,
when it is not possible.
Yes, I mean you should. Sorry, sir. People don't know. I did a research on I did an etymology research on the word mother-in-law. I realized that even in the Bible, your mother-in-law, you couldn't engage in any incest. You couldn't engage in any okay. No, if you slept with your sister-in-law, you are broken. You are liable to incest. If you slept with your brother-in-law, you are broken the law of the incest, because it's in law they are recognized as your mother in law. That's why you call mother in law, though she be not be your biological mother. So in law they are recognized as your mother or your father. So when you are wishing your mother in law dead, you are wishing your mother dead, your mother that is given to you by law. That's what it means.
Charles, are you surprised to hear this? Well, you remember every mother-in-law should remember that she was a daughter-in-law.
In the first place, exactly, because all these things is a metamorphosis. You move from one state to the next. So you were in one stage looking towards it and said no, you don't want to be you want to meet your mother-in-law when you get married, and yet you want to have children, and you want to be a grandmother in the days to come, but you are wishing that you were dead before your children will marry. I mean, it's a very bad wish, honestly.
Okay, let's go back to politics.
Yes.
Obi is still consulting. Obedient movement applies to EDC ultimatum.
But they can't see. They cannot. I think the obedient movement should talk to their principal. There is, see, one minute, 1 hour in politics is a whole. It's like an eternity, because there's a level he will get to, it will become irrelevant. The time is now for him to say, okay, it could be risky for him to throw in the towel to say, okay, let me dump labor. It could be risky, but it could also be risky if he spends too much time constructing, because elections have been gone since 2023. This is 2025. So one would have expected that even between 2023, we would have used 2023 to rest, to look at it. 2024, then you just do a consultation. Now that we have new, I mean, AD has come out to be the first runner in terms of opposition. So if you want to, if you find anything in AD that you think aligns with your ideology, why don't you just join them and start building, giving them the building blocks, helping them to procure cement and all that, and start building. So 2 years before the election. So there's a time. Time is very important in politics.
Okay. Charles, the new
Yes, sir.
Olubadan is speaking. We need Ibadan State before 2027. Olubadan to Tinubu.
I laughed. You know what he said? He told Tinubu. He said that that is what his soldiers asked him. The only message they said the soldiers asked him to give him that they need Ibadan State before 2027. I said, has Lajoda forgotten that civilian president Nigeria can decree a state decree a state to existence by fiat? Is Lajoda aware of the very gruesome processes that even to create local government is even difficult to talk of creating a state? So, well, he made his first statement and first demand. I so that it may not be like say the man not even talk at all. So he has spoken. He has gone to the ears of those who are listening. So we wait. You better stay before 2027. Oh God, that's it. That's fine. That's fine.
Okay. The Guardian is here. The headline story there: hardship, suffering due to painful economic surgery to Israel's Nigerians.
I was telling you that's exactly the statement he made, part of it, during the coronation ceremony when he was making his speech. I told you that politicians will always use occasions to make political statements. But he has said so. I hope, I am hoping and wishing that this suffering could be reduced. We don't have to suffer into the future. We've been told this several times, that it become a sing-song. During the days of Jonathan, we're told that we need to tighten our belts. Then Yahya came, although that one was he died earlier than or sooner than he would have died. Then Jonathan came, we're told that we're still to tighten our bed. Buhari came, we're still tightening our bed, and this one is also coming. So all this tightening of beds and then suffering is for this and that. I think the gens are tired of hearing those things. Let us just see at least a flash in the pan that people you just carry home to say, indeed, this government system came in 2023, at least, even though we are suffering, but this area, we are getting things right. I think that's what the president should concentrate on. Just give Nigerians something to cheer about. I'm sure Nigerians are not difficult to please. Just do a little thing, see that they will sing your praises to high heavens, and then you even recruit more people, even by default, to the 2027 aspirations. Yes.
Let's leave Nigeria for a while and grapple with this. Netanyahu says Palestinian state would be national suicide for Israel.
When I read
delegates were, while the man was speaking, they were walking out.
Yes, they were walking out because even now I see the Portugal and rest of them, they even say they want to boycott the 2026 World Cup if Israel qualifies. Also, I think there's something to say if it's a place the World Cup. So I think we should not mix sports with politics. Sports is very beautiful. It has a way. It has its own spirit. We should not mix with the spirit of politics and political diplomacy. Israel, I don't know where I stand on this. Whether Palestinian state the demand of it, they deserve this with all this Hamas and Hezbollah now giving them a state. What will happen to Israel if you now give them a state? What will happen to Israel? And then Israel also, these people also have a right to aspire to their freedom. And so that's why I say sometimes I'm confused about the Palestinian state and the stance of Israel. I'm confused oftentimes.
All right. Mali Prime Minister denounces Algeria at United Nations over drone downing.
Well, I missed that in the news. I hope they resolve it. These are African countries. I missed that in the news.
Okay. High wire politics.
Yeah, high wire there. Diplomacy. Again, these are Africans from the Maghreb region, and then from the ECOWAS region.
Okay. Guinea Supreme Court confirms vote to change constitution.
Yes, but again, I always talk about this change of constitution and change of all this. Is it about the constitution that the problem? Is the constitution that the problem or the drivers? the driver's constitution? That's the question I've always been asking myself.
Is a problem constitutional or attitudinal?
All the drivers, all the attitudinal. I mean, those who drive, because, for instance,
it will be an interesting debate.
Yes, in the law in Nigeria, in the law, you said the law says you couldn't drive against the traffic, and there are penalties that are stipulated for any ones who did that. But you did that, you were not punished. Some of them who are also charged with the responsibility of ensuring they enforce the law, they are the ones who are breaking the law. Okay, there is so many things. So that's what I'm saying. I say the president himself. Okay, somebody has been indicted. Rather than say, okay, for instance, Akpabio, please forgive me for bringing this out. Akpabio has been there's allegation against sexual harassment against him. Okay, now shouldn't he have been asked to step down from that position for proper investigation to be carried out? But the man is there. The man is still supreme over the affairs of the. You are a judge, and you are a judge, and in your own case. So that's why I said it's not about constitution. I think it's about the drivers and then those who are saddled responsibility of making sure that they are. I don't know. Sometimes I wish getting well. I wish getting well. Honestly, yeah.
You should know that the Akpabio Natasha saga has nothing to do with an harassment.
No. I say that's why I say allegation. Allegation.
Leave allegations out.
I meant it. I'm just allegation. Yes.
Let's look at the Nation newspaper. Leads with this one. Economic reforms bearing fruit as Nigeria charts new course for growth. Tinubu.
Yes, this recurring story, what he said in the Badon during the coronation of the Nigeria's the Olubadan 44th Olubadan. If they are bearing fruit, you see, when I was a business editor once I covered the stock market, that's capital market, and then of course the money market, the bank. We always look at there is a connection between the macro sector and the micro sector. See what happens in the macro. If there was no cascade to affect positively the micro sector, there's a problem, because the micro sector is where the everyday people benefit. Okay, that they primarily. So if you are having gains in the macro sector, and then it's not trickling down to the micro, to the everyday people, then you have not made any significant gains at all. How do you are just giving us figures and figures? The figures are not reflecting on the pocket of the everyday people. They still go to the market. The tomato is expensive. They still go to the market. The bag of rice is expensive. They still go to the market and all that. So if you say we are making gains on the macro level, how has that reflected on the micro level? These are the things that the president should tell us, so that we know indeed that we're beginning to have all those gains that are beginning to reflect in the pocket of the everyday people.
Okay. Lastly, what Kwankwaso must do before joining APC? Ganduje is saying this.
Well, Ganduje is also saying that Kwankwaso said all sort of unpredictable names against Tinubu, about Tinubu, about the party, about the APC. That is he ready to eat his vomit? Now he said he's not even excited that Kwankwaso wants to return to APC. APC that he said will never do well. So what is he saying, that they are doing well now? Politicians.
Kwankwaso said there is a proviso for him before he joins.
Yes, but they know.
Don't use me and dump me.
But you see, but the question is, what will happen to his own party that he founded, that he has also brought, he's also nurtured? He has one governor. So I think, shouldn't he even be working to ensure that he uses Kanu as a launch pad to spread the gospel of NPP to other state of federation? There's some nationals, Charles, so that's what I think he should do.
Yeah, Charles, we must apply the brakes here.
Okay,
thank you.
Appreciate.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
To town soon?
Yes, soon. Yes. After my 3-city walk visit.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Enjoy your time.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, sir.
Okay,
thank
folks,
you. All right.
That's it. We should be here next week with the newspaper headliners. Thank you. Good morning. Our next show is 5 minutes away. All right, folks, time for you to react to the stories we sent, we served you. Don't forget you have 60 seconds to do so in. And we're waiting to receive your calls. First, good morning
Good morning,
to you.
John.
Yeah, welcome.
This is Okangodino.
Okay.
The president telling us that his reforms are bearing fruit. It's likely, I'm sure, me, I have not seen the fruit. So I've not seen any. Maybe he's the one that is seeing the fruit right there where he is in Abuja. Me, I have not seen any fruit. If he wants us to really know, if his reforms are bearing fruit, he shouldn't be the one to tell us. It is the masses that will say, this is what is happening to your reforms. We are seeing the fruit. It's not like somebody who is assessing himself. You are not supposed to assess yourself. It is another person that will assess you and say this is up. So if he does that thing is telling us that is telling us, me, I don't believe it because I don't see it. Until I see this thing, I don't believe his reforms. Because if he doesn't bring that fuel back, the fuel that he took away from us, if he doesn't bring it back to where he met it, there's no reform that he will make that.
He didn't take the fuel away. Maybe
They took the subsidy now, Oga. They took the subsidy, and that's the problem that we have.
He didn't take the fuel away. I beg, please. Thank you. Yeah, okay. The line is free. Which story or stories caught your fancy? How would you want to react to it or to them? Let's go. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. This is John.
Welcome.
Yeah, my name is Peter. I'm calling from Abanajo, Nekotu.
Go on.
Dangote stacking his workers who have joined the union, Lupin or Pegasin, and in support of that. Even if he has to divorce his wife, so that fuel will be cheap to Nigerian masses, I will support him. But if he now goes,
Peter,
probably after divorcing his wife, he now goes to...
Did you hear yourself just now? Even if he's with his wife, please.
I said, if that's just to tell you the extent on which I love what he's doing at the moment. If he now goes to marry 10 other wives, so that fuel will be, the price of fuel will be increased.
Let's be moderate. Let's be moderate in our submissions. Thank you. Hello, good morning.
Hello? Yeah, good morning, Mr. Joe. Thank you very much. This is Malam Bello Usman. I am calling you currently from Woodin, Kanu. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, if the president says that the economic whatever is bearing the truth, he's right because he's bearing the fruit for him and his ministers and his 36 state governors, like he said, that we should ask our governors that they are getting more money. So he is right by saying that he's getting, he's eating fruit because all his ministers they are enjoying, all his governor, all the 36 state governors are enjoying. But for Nigerian, the average Nigerians, nobody, including me, I have not seen any good out of this administration. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Bless you too. Thank you. Yeah, the line is free now. Be a part of this. Hello, good morning to you.
A very good morning to you, Sister Joe.
Welcome.
My name is Prince. I am calling you from Oshodi this morning.
Okay.
In the city, in the center of Unified. What I want to see is about the statement. We know this is reform, and reform always brings pain at the beginning. But the gain drive for this reformation, if we spend it wisely, I think it will better the lot of the people. I just want to watch Mr. President. The tractor, you see the show to us in Abuja. This is to all the local government. Go back to the land. If one of us, if majority of Nigeria go to the land today, we have a fertile land, meaning that I can grow what we can eat. So both the federal government, the state government, go back to the land. So people say we are hungry where we have land, where we can plant, what we can eat. So this is my advice this morning.
Thank you. 60 seconds on the dot here. Take your chance. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, citizen John.
Welcome.
This is Matthew Uko. I'm calling from
Yeah. The president said his economic policy is now yielding fruit. But the average Nigerian, we are saying no, it's not yielding any fruit until the policies start translating in the marketplaces. The more where we can pick things cheaper. Things are very difficult. Please, it should be told, no policy yet, no positive result. We are still in hardship. Thank you.
Thank you too. Okay, you have 60 seconds. Take advantage. Let's go there. What story or stories can you share with us? Good morning to you.
Good morning, Citizen Jones.
Welcome.
Good morning. My name is Moya. I'm calling from Preston Town.
Okay.
First of all, let me start from the demolition at the State Fair. From what your colleague, Mr. Chasileho said, that the government says people violated, is it not proper that when people default, you correct them either by writing or by any form of correction? Is it not wickedness on the part of government that with this economic hardship, people lose their hard-earned money to demolition? Is it not like Yoruba people will say, you don't hit somebody on the ground? Is it not hitting people on the ground? That is too bad for a government to continue to punish its citizens and expect those people to vote for them and pay their tax. It is not done. Then, on what you people said, the president said, yes, this is still part of the APC propaganda now, because we know how they came in. That thing is not the truth.
All right, 60 seconds. Thank you. Yeah, we have room for 2 more calls. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Citizen Jones, good morning.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, my take is on the new chief of Ibadan, Ibadan, that are demanding for Ibadan State. He's right now because I heard charts that says there's a lot of procedures. But when the president declare emergency in a river state, does he consult anybody? And the registrator, the upper and the silver chamber did not say anything. So the president has the right to give Ibadan a state even before 2027, and nobody will say anything.
Augasta, which is your state, if you don't mind?
I'm from Enugu State, sir.
Enugu was created by the military. No civilian government can easily create a state if you go and check it. Thank you very much. That will just about do it for newspaper headliners. We want to thank you for sparing your time. A new set of stories would hit you next Saturday. And we want to thank you one more time. Our next show, 5 minutes away. Please stick around. Okay, folks, we are stepping into a second offering for today, and that's Citizen Jones this morning. Of course, you know what we do is simple. Interrogate issues that get thrown up by my country, your country. Give context and clarity to this issue just so you stop relying on your gut reactions and feelings. Yeah, today, fresh moves to secure IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu's release, as Ono wants President Tinubu to release him to Bianca Odumegu Ojukwu. Azuta Mbata proposes Southeast traditional rulers sign undertaking with the National Security Advisor and heads of security agencies. So let's go there. You know, fresh moves to secure the release of detained Independent People of Biafra leader IPOB Nnamdi Kanu are in top gear. A former campaign spokesman for the APC presidential campaign in the Southeast, Joseph Ono, an elder brother of the Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, has appealed to President Bola Tinubu to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to the Minister of State for Foreign Affairs and wife of the late Ikem Badnewi, Odumegu Ojukwu. Ambassador Bianca. So the President General of Ohaneze Ndigbo worldwide, Senator John Mbata, along with the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, and heads of security agencies are to be part of the bargain. My conversationalist this morning knows the issues, so let's meet and greet him. Broadcaster, journalist, sports commentator, Effiong Yong. I greet you, Effiong.
Good morning, great to be here.
Yeah. So, Effiong, you understand the story we're talking about?
Very well.
Yeah. You know, over time, people have talked about exploring a political solution to the problem. But there are those who will tell you there are legal issues involved.
Well, you see, for the Nnamdi Kanu story, I want to believe that the realists in this matter are probably those who are saying that let's get a political solution to it. I share their perspective.
That's a sentiment.
Oh, that sentiment, yes. Because if you look at it, if you take the legal side to the stories, there'll be no end to it. And you don't expect that government at any time will admit any wrong that that has occurred in the course of the story, from when he was first arrested, when he was granted bail, when his family, his village was invaded by government forces. He barely escaped death and ran away. Then how he got to Kenya for whatever reason, how he was kidnapped and brought to Nigeria. Even international laws and all of that, if you look at it, there's no end to it, because all around him are illegalities from government.
So
again,
to you, the political angle is what should be exploited.
I think so too, because I think so to a large extent, because I also know that there's been too much tension in Nigeria over time. There's been too much tension in the Southeast, and seeking a political solution might help ease some of these tensions. And we're going through a lot in Nigeria at this time.
Yeah.
So if there's anything that we can do to cushion it, to make it, let's bring it down a bit so we can talk and interact and forge ahead.
Kanu says if he's released, there'll be relative calm in the Southeast. You trust him? You trust that?
Well, yes. I mean, if there's the tension.
And for that matter, would he play ball?
Well, it depends on the kind of ball you want to play. Whether it's La Liga or the EPL, or the MPF. But I think talking a bit seriously now would be that conditions would always be given. Now, when he flouts those conditions or he does things that are contrary to what terms that would be given, then you can hold him on it. There are persons like the John Bata and co are saying, release him to this person. Let this person take his bail. Let this person be a guarantor to him being released. Because if you look at what crimes that are labeled against Nnamdi Kanu and all that, and all of the criminalities that has been going on with bandits and what's it called now, amnesties left, right, and center. You look at forgiving people, integrating them into society, them going back and killing even more people, and the issues of negotiating with bandits or criminals in the north, and all of these things that we've experienced lately. You begin to wonder, okay, why is this person still being held? So the solution will still lie around, let's seek for a political solution, because it gives everybody a window to play it easy.
A school of thought has it that the 5 Southeast governors have refused to be on the same page with Nnamdi Kanu, if you understand what I mean.
So
that's politics?
Oh, sure. Because, I mean, politicians, for being or Nigerian politicians, or let me leave it loosely, politicians wouldn't want anyone to come outshine them, no matter what garb they wear. And they know that Nnamdi Kanu became very popular with the ordinary people of the Southeast. And so they will not be able to accommodate any such measure of an ordinary man competing in that space. So it is understandable.
Okay, let's look at the Simon Ekpa angle. Simon Ekpa has been sentenced in Finland, I think, to 7 years. And so his angle to the IPOP campaign can be said to be on hold?
Well, you see, Simon Ekpa just, I think, showed up while Nnamdi Kanu was there, just showed up and started ranting. And we heard a couple of his rants and all that. And since he broke Finnish laws, the Finns don't have the kind of cushion that we give to
tolerance.
That we give to intransigence. So they had to call him to order, clip his wings, and put him where he belongs. And believing that by the time he gets out of it, he probably would have been back to his senses. It does not become an endless thing like the Nnamdi Kanu thing, that you pick a man all of the way, jail him if you want to jail him. But in the case of Nnamdi Kanu, we've had situation, we've seen that the courts have said, let this man go, free him. So if the judiciary have gone that far, why is he still being held? So it takes you back straight to politics.
All right. There's a school of thought, I wonder if you've heard it, that the IPOB gambit is a franchise. Many people take advantage, especially from the Simon Ekpa angle. I hear he's been sending funds in, and people have become energized.
Well,
if you see the picture I'm painting.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't subscribe to it at all, because I don't know who pays for it. Again, I've always known that a whole lot of the activism that we've seen in Africa, in Nigeria, have always had grants, organizations funding those things.
Remember the gambit started with a Masob of Raf Wazurike.
Yes, I know that. I mean, I'm talking about activism generally.
Okay.
Because I also know that a whole lot of people in the legal profession who profess different angles to the advocacy get grants from international organizations. Some even register their chambers as NGOs. So they get funding from different foundations. So they go in that direction, they raise funds, and every time they do one small action here, they take placard, they do this, they do that, they take pictures, they send to the people, oh, we are really fighting this cause. And they get funded. I've always known that.
Okay.
So that people could still be exploiting such windows is not in doubt. The possibility is there. Yes.
Shall we look at this other angle that has to do with custom and tradition? Releasing Nnamdi Kanu to a woman, if you understand what I mean. So you are looking at the old eastern region and the place of a woman in it.
Well, I think we should be past.
Clear
No, I get you. I get you. But I think we should be clear from all of such hangs. Woman, if Bianca Ono comes from a strong political lineage,
yeah,
by her parentage. If you recall, Chief Sisi Ono was governor of Anambra State.
Father.
Her father. Then
her father. Yeah.
Her father, yes. Of course, it was him that the father was the one that challenged Jim Nwobolo in those years, and he became very strong in the East at the time.
And this Joseph Ono, who wants Nnamdi Kanu released to her, is the elder brother of
Bianca.
Bianca, yeah.
Yes, and I'm sure what they're trying to exploit is Bianca's position in government.
Politics.
Yes, it's still around politics to see how do we solve this matter. And I think it will do the president some good, his image some good, as we count down to 2027. If he sees the political gains that might bring in terms of polishing his image amongst the populace of the Southeast. Because these governors and all, they are all contenders in that same space. They see Kanu, see who is this boy, why this, why that, and no justification.
Have you heard the statement, Ndibo, Enweze, or is it Ameze? Enweze means the Igbos generally are Republicans.
Yes, they have very, very independent. Yes, that's why you have
independent-minded.
So many autonomous communities. Yes, they are, and we've seen that in their mercantile nature.
Okay, so if you give this picture, therefore, do you see the gambit working, releasing Nnamdi Kanu to?
I think unless it is exploited and given a chance, we cannot begin to judge it. Because we've moved away from the traditional systems to what we now have. And I also believe that this period of incarceration, Nnamdi Kanu would have also
been so bad?
Not so bad, more matured, more intelligent, more articulate, more in tune with even the struggle. Don't forget that calling for a referendum, which has been his latest talk, is not out of place. Because again, you look at Nigeria, him saying, or credited to say, to saying that Nigeria is illegal. Yes. Because what brought Nigeria together
is a zoo. Did you hear that?
I'm coming.
Okay.
People have said worse things and are roaming the streets free. But let's not, that's why I keep saying let's stay with the political solution. If you look at Nigeria, the way Nigeria was brought together, North and Southern protectorates, and you take a copy or look for and get a copy of the Amalgamation Treaty, you read it, that document, as inscribed, said after 100 years, the ethnic nationalities that make up this document, that have signed this document, that have brought this country together, should go back and discuss the way forward for their to stick together or go their separate ways or fashion out how best to function.
This brings me to go and discuss. If we have had 10 constitutional conferences and therefore 10 constitutional conferences reports. Is our problem constitutional or attitudinal?
Both. Because constitutional. No, let me take it one after the other.
Nigeria is aping or copying America, which is a constitutional democracy.
Let me explain. Yeah. You see, I said both. Constitutionally, because one, that document that was signed in 1914 expired 100 years in 2014. A confab was held by nationalities. There's a document that came out of that conference. Now, that document is different from other constitutional provisions or constitutional discourse that happened between 1922 with the Clifford Constitution, the Littleton Constitution, the Richards Constitution, and all of those constitutions that were discussed, including that, the Constituent Assembly, and all of the things that happened. And in 1999, Abdul Salami Abubakar and some person just took some document, dusted it, and created a 1999 constitution. And we have not had the guts to sit back and address the loopholes. So everywhere you go, you see as amended, because there are flaws in those constitutions, in that document. The document itself opened, the laws and order has been adjusted. It started by we the people, when no people sat anywhere to have any discussion. So the opening statements of that constitution, the 1999 constitution, was faulty to tell you that it needed to have been properly looked at and addressed.
Let me exploit the attitudinal angle to it.
Yeah.
That constitution, 1999 as amended, does not empower your governor, my governor, to send people on pilgrimages. But we still do. So that is attitude.
True.
So which is more damaging, constitutional or attitudinal?
Both are as damaging as the other, because it is the constitution that gives them that latitude. The executive arm of government in Nigeria is all too powerful in terms of control of resources, in terms of appointments, in almost everything. And that's why when a chief executive mounts the saddle, he now calls the show. People now begin to become, other arms of government now seem to operate or function as parastatals under his administration. For instance, there are things that the constitution spells things that should be in the concurrent list, in the exclusive list, and all of those things. Now, but the power that the federal government has, he writes roughshod over almost everything in the constitution. You begin to wonder what was the federal government, during the newspaper review, one of the callers talked about, I think it was Prince Wise, talked about tractors and no tractor and all that. What should be the concern of government, federal government, with providing tractors? So what are state governments doing? What are local government administrations doing? If the federal government has to be the one to come and be remodeling, to talk about farms, to talk about tractors.
Attitudinal. Attitude.
So, but they have space because the Constitution provides room, gives them that latitude to misbehave, in a manner of speaking, in quote.
Okay, let me let me hand over the microphone to the listener. Let him or her share his perspectives here. So, dear listener, the news is that fresh moves to secure IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu's release are on. What do you say? Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah.
John, good morning.
Yeah, good morning to you.
What is the name of that your friend you get in your studio?
Efyong Young.
Efyong Young, God bless you, sir.
Bless you too.
You know why I say God bless you?
Tell me.
I have had an argument with Darlington Agomo concerning this issue raised now. That amalgamation documents read after 100 years, both of them can come together and discuss if they can continue or go their separate ways. I understand that Nigeria has no constitution. Darlington was abusing me and talking all this stuff, but that is your job anyway. So as you said it now, I want you to make it more elaborate that people might understand that what we call Constitution 99 is ruled by a group of people. Not all of us come together and see if we can continue. That's one, by the way. Concerning Nnamdi Kanu, he called Nigeria, let's restructure this country. Northern said no. Nnamdi Kanu called for referendum.
Right.
Northern said no.
60 seconds are up. Thank you, but we got you first time. So, if you heard our man.
Yeah, I heard him. Well, I think the very clear statement about how to, what I probably didn't really, when he said, Nnamdi Kanu said this and this, there are some northerners said no. That's the slant that I don't really enjoy, because the people that are campaigning, that are holding back Nnamdi Kanu, that are saying don't release him, Eastern governors are the ones that are even doing more damage now, that are from his kinsmen, are the ones that are doing most of the damage today. Not
so
any
all the
northerner.
governors of the Southeast, according to you, are not on the same page.
No, they are not. They are not. I know that. I mean, we as journalists, we follow those things. We know, and no need to name names. So, but that's what we know.
All right, let me take another listener. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome.
Yes, sir. This is what I call from Agabo.
Go on.
So on this matter of time, on the case of Nnamdi Kanu and the federal government, I think the issue of Nnamdi Kanu is the founder of IPOD. And IPOD is a complete terrorist organization in Nigeria.
Do you understand the story? Do you understand the story? I hope you address the story. Fresh moves.
That is what I'm trying to address.
Hold on. Fresh moves to release him.
That's what about the fresh move. I think that some fathers, Ojukwu and from 2000, the president in the Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu will not be released. Nnamdi Kanu cannot come to the federal government. Look at his brother in Finland. He has been killed in Finland. So he must jail him also. He must pay for the consequences of action. So what did he make us? Because of law.
Yeah, 60 seconds. Sorry. Okay. Except that this current government inherited the Nnamdi Kanu wahala. So taking a second long, hard look at the Nnamdi Kanu question is the way to go now. That's why Joseph Ono is saying release him to Bianca Odimegu Ojukwu. And the President General of Ohaneze, Azu Tambata, is saying, yeah, let there be an undertaking with the NSA, heads of security agencies, as part of the bargain.
Well, that's to further guarantee or further accentuate the need to let this young man be, let him take his life. So all of the other persons who have taken to criminality using the excuse of an IPOB leader being held here and there will not have any reason to continue in such criminality. I also expect government to be able to sit back if we say that this is a free country, that we can explore a referendum to know how popular the views are.
Good morning.
Morning to you, Secretary Joe, once again.
Welcome.
And I say good morning to your guests in the studio.
Good morning.
My name is Prince Y.S. You from Oshodi this morning. See, the move maybe taking or by shooting mouth. Yeah, all the traditional leaders, notable traditional leaders in the East, notable religious leaders in the East, notable political leaders in the East, and all the government, they should sit at round table. All of them will pay visit to Aso Rock. This matter of Kanu can be settled politically. If somebody is fighting you and in court, you can look let us go and settle at home. I want this man. I want to appeal to all Nigeria. I want to appeal to those, even though they can contact other great political shows to assist them, lead them to Aso Rock to go appeal to the authorities. I want this man to be released. I want to appeal. And they should use appealing tone. Right. Those who use to commanding tone today, I don't know if they love Kanu very well.
Thank you. 60 seconds out.
You see, the other thing, Jones, is that...
he is saying all hands on deck.
Yes, I mean, if you notice, this dispensation, as this our constitution, again, has completely eliminated the views of the traditional institution. The traditional institution by the 1999 constitution has been rendered very, very irrelevant.
You don't think the institution played into the hands of the government?
No, no. There's no time that the institution played to any government hands. The government people just get drunk with power and decide to strip the traditional institution of its roles. The only time they recognize that the traditional institution is important is during campaigns, during election time. Olubadan, for instance, or Obong of Calabar. Let me use my Obong, where I come from. Does not have the power that a local government chairman has. The local government chairman can tell the certain...
The LG chairman pays the Oba, the traditional ruler.
So, let's even remove the issue of payment. The local government chairman is recognized by the constitution to perform ABCD. The Obong of Calabar or any traditional ruler or natural ruler, whatever we call them, there is no constitutional provision for anything. And these were the individuals that the British found worthy to sign that amalgamation document, because they were the ones that were empowered. They were empowered at the time. Not only that, the 1960 Independence Constitution, the Republican Constitution, recognizes the role of these individuals that we had the House of Chiefs, because these are people that are connected to the people.
Yeah, and after all, the British have the House of
and they still maintain it. The British that we colonized us, and again, these persons still connect with the people. In addition, there was a time when most of these traditional rulers or the traditional institution was managed by people who were not so lettered. But in recent years, we've had professors, we have distinguished, well-lettered and educated individuals managing these positions, but you give them those traditional roles of chair, no power whatsoever.
Right. Okay, the line is still open. If you feel up to joining issues with us or raising new ones, let's go there. That's the essence of radio. Good morning to you.
Hello, good morning, Citizen Jones.
Welcome.
And your guest, Mr. Fion.
Good morning.
My name is Peter Usifo. I'm calling from Abaraja, Nikoti. I believe that Mr. Nnamdi Kanu must have learned his lesson. And I know that if we leave now, we will stop exhibiting that youthful exuberance as he has been doing before now. So I think the president, Mr. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, should release him. However, before it's released on certain conditions, like maybe giving him 5 years, monitoring for 5 years, he should also consult with the northern oligarchy, because it's very, very important that he consults with the north. So it was a late Buhari that put him there, that's Nnamdi Kanu. But he should also consult with the northerners and see that they agree very well, instead of sending indications. Thank you very much.
Yeah. That's another angle.
Well, I do not see the need, because
when
you say this, to consult with northerners, to do what? When you have a constitution, you have a president, that Nnamdi Kanu was arrested by during the regime of Muhammadu Buhari does not. It was not a Muhammadu Buhari thing. I don't want to see it in that direction. That Muhammadu Buhari extradited Nnamdi Kanu or kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu from.
Extradited.
No, he was not extradited. He was kidnapped because it didn't go through. It was illegal. We all know how those actions took place. So if
the rendering.
Yes, I mean, he went there, kidnapped him, packaged him, and just took him out. Before the authorities knew what was happening, he was gone. No procedures were followed.
No pun is intended. If I remember Umar Diko's...
same thing. So when Buhari did it again, it was like, oh, Buhari again. So a number of us who knew how Umar Diko escaped from the crate were not surprised that, oh, this is the Buhari signature.
All right. Another listener is here. Good morning to you.
Hello, good morning, Citizen Joe. And Mr. Effiam, I greet you.
Good morning.
Good morning. Please, we should disregard this Peter, somebody calling from that man always instigates. Anyway, it's his own opinion, actually. That is his own opinion. So I don't buy it. My own is that I want to beg the Eastern governors. Please, I can tell you authoritatively that some of them are behind Nnamdi Kanu still in captive of DSS up to today. I can tell you that. Has it been that they can come together and the traditionals and every one of them in the Easterners can come together and go for this man? At least Sunday Boho was actually in the same almost angle, but the Yorubas, the elders, and they came and they did what they did, and the man got him freedom. I don't know why our people are so selfish to themselves.
Thank you. We'll leave it there. 60 seconds. Yeah.
Very apt.
Having everybody on the same page, because I guess what the last caller just said is this: what happens to Nnamdi Kanu should happen to every Ndigbo son and daughter.
No, well, I don't.
No, it should be the business of.
Oh yes, to an extent, of course. Not again. You don't expect everybody to agree, but some persons should move forward and take responsibility. He mentioned the case of Sunday Igboho. I recall that Professor Wole Soyinka stepped forward. I recall that a number of people went the extra mile to make sure that Sunday Igboho was released. And since the return of Sunday Igboho, he's made some statements. He's not quiet, but a lot more better managed.
Moderate.
Yes, in his outbursts. So why would the case of Nnamdi Kanu be different? There again, this different opinion that already expressed by the people, their people in quote, where everybody seems against it because people don't just care. Yes, that's what it is. So the statement by John Bata, by Honor, that let's get a political solution, let's cool this thing down. Because we don't need it, it's not necessary. There's nothing this young man has done that people are not still doing.
As a matter of fact, almost every part of Nigeria is hurting.
Yes.
Yeah. Another listener is here. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Steve.
I greet you.
No, I greet your guest.
Good morning.
Yeah. Well, I want to say something, about Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu, federal government, really APC government, and Tinubu is the one holding Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu did not do anything. And this one that people are saying, I'm coming, let me finish what I'm saying.
Get the story. Fresh moves to secure Nnamdi Kanu's release. The brother of Bianca Ono says, release him to set Ambassador Bianca Odimogo Ojukwu, and involve all the service security chiefs. That's the story.
that pressure is wrong because many people they're not doing because of his Igbo man. His Igbo man. All this our government.
No. I don't like the angle. Please. Igbo was not an Igbo man. If that's what you're saying. That's my troubles sometimes with many of us who will not rationalize a situation.
Yeah, I think it's their perspective.
Hold on. No. You cannot, in the name of freedom of expression, become intemperate. Use intemperate language. It does not help anybody here. You have said, not especially at this time. Holding Nnamdi Kanu because he's an Igbo man. Does that solve the problem?
The people that are seeking his release are Igbo people. The governors of the Southeast are Igbo people and all that. So again, my position is quite clear. My perspective is that on several grounds, the tension in the Southeast, the militarization in the Southeast, in the eastern, south and southeastern Nigeria, the militarization is too heavy. When you travel in that region, every other place, there's this checkpoint, there's that checkpoint, especially when you go by road. And some areas you stop and you have to trek some distance to cross one checkpoint and all. We can bring down this tension by allowing the rule of law to rule our daily governance, by taking away these elements of impunity from our daily activities. You mentioned attitude here in the course of this discussion, and impunity is attitude.
Oh yeah.
People ensuring that one small space you give them, like Bob Marley would say, you give them a yard, they take a mile, and we see this every day with people in positions of authority, in people in government. They overdo too many things, thereby creating tension, thereby creating making people react, thereby creating unnecessary.
If you sit at home, for instance, did not help the matter. Did not help the matter at hand.
Well, it didn't. It didn't because of the kind of persons we are, and it is still. Let me come, James.
We must give kudos to Governor Mba of Enugu State. He had a way around it, and students were able to write exams.
There's always a way. You mentioned the word attitude, how our capacity in terms of understanding, in terms of the level of pragmatism that we're able to employ and deploy to situations to solve these issues. Because all of these things are man-made. They're human. And the people of the Southeast are no strangers to themselves.
Okay, let me take another listener here.
Hello, good morning.
Welcome.
This is Mr. Tony coming from Lagos.
All right then.
Yeah, based on this discussion, I really love the way your analyst is discussing about it. And some people trying to tribalize it. I don't think that's the way forward. But as he has said, if the Southeast governors can come together and agree, it is not rocket science. But because, as your analysts have said, nobody should come and outshine them, because that is what they are possibly saying. If this man is released, most of the Southeasterners, most, not all, will see him as a very good force to follow, to rally around. And again, going back to the agreement that was signed during the amalgamation, if it is there that after 100 years, these people should come together and decide whether to stay or to move. It is already after 100 years that first agreement was made.
60 seconds. Thank you. We'll leave it there. Yeah.
So I think we're just
his point clear,
very clear, and it's so simple. You get, and it's I don't even really think that they need all of the governors to agree, sit around, blah blah blah. No, some person should take responsibility, step forward, like what the senator did for quite some time, the one that got his bill the first time. Yes, he stepped forward and took responsibility, And also
almost got into trouble.
Well, he almost, yeah, but he couldn't have gotten into trouble because it was the government that breached that entire thing. You grant somebody bail, the person is at home in his village, and you plan to go, you invade the village, you shoot people, kill people and all that, and the man had to run for his life. You now charge the man for jumping bail after attempting to kill him. It's not done. You know, it's just like taking, because you are in charge, because you have power, the height of impunity and might over whatever the issue is were at the time. The government was wrong. And that's why the judiciary stood its ground and said, this man has not jumped bail. This man set this guy free. And government has refused to respect it. And that's why the political solution remains the window.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. The line is open. If you want to join issues with us or raise issues, we're waiting. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Welcome.
Yeah, Joe from Insurgency.
Okay.
I greet your guest.
Good morning.
Good morning. Joe from Insurgency. Are you hearing me?
Go on now.
Okay. The issue of Nnamdi Kanu, I don't see the reason why they should still be holding that guy up till now. Because let's assume now this guy is fighting for his freedom. You understand? Then
let me say one thing here. I said this news is fresh moves to secure his release are on. And a guy, Joseph Ono, is saying release him to Bianca Ojukwu. That's the story. It's not about please don't twist it.
Okay.
All right, thank you. The story is straightforward, Effiong. You know, the moves are on to release him. The man had said, the Joseph Ono was the chairman of the presidential campaign for the APC in the southeast, and elder brother to Bianca Ono, Bianca Odimogo Ojukwu. Please release this man to Bianca, and then of course we'll involve the Ohaneze and the traditional rulers too to sign an undertaking with the National Security Advisor and so on.
Yeah, simple as that. There's no complexity in it at all.
Oh, yeah.
If there's a will to do it.
There will be a way.
Yes, because there was nothing to it at all, even from the beginning. You know, and from the moment, if government is ready, government will. And that's why Honor is sending it like an appeal to Mr. President for consideration. And for the security angle, that's why the NSA has to be involved for the importance, because since it is an Igbo thing, the traditional institution in those areas has been mentioned. And Ohaneze Ndigbo is a cross-cultural and organization that has the mighty and the mightiest of Igbo extraction in that organization. So they'll be able to call him to order, they'll be able to speak with him and all that.
Let me take another listener. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning, Citizen Joe.
Welcome.
This is Joseph calling from Okafor, Badago. Yeah, the issue of Nnamdi Kanu, I think, like the analyst there, is really making things look very, very straight. And then we don't need to mince words. If we have a country that have interests of every ethnic group, there should be a political connotation on all we do. People calling that Igbos are not coming out to secure the freedom of Nnamdi Kanu, I don't think it is true. People have been agitating that he should be released. But because of that political, lopsidedness, has made this man remain there. The analyst there is a pure Nigerian. He's not an Igbo extraction, though we have been divided into shreds. But we are talking about following the rule of law so that people will feel concerned in their country.
So again, we are hopeful. I like to stay quite hopeful that Mr. President will see reason why he
as
should.
father figure.
Yes, why he should look in this direction and grant the appeal to free Nnamdi Kanu as a political tool for him too. He stands to benefit from it. That's on one side. But let us take away whether anybody is benefiting or not. Let's look at the human angle to it. Is it right? Is it necessary to release him? Yes. Is it okay? Yes. How he was taken, how the breach occurred, and all of those. We put all of that on a spectrum. And
but should he play his own part in the bargain?
Who?
The Nnamdi Kanu.
Of course, he's the victim in this. So, and what government will always demand, or what the law will demand, is to be of good behavior. That's all. And what is good behavior?
Not asking for too much.
I mean, to be of good behavior. And if bad behavior is to ask for a referendum, then it is bad. It can be termed as bad. Because I recall that, for instance, Nelson Mandela remains the world icon and figure, even in his death, because he stood his ground demanding for freedom for his people.
The experience with South Africa.
I'm coming. It was quite extreme. I mean, if you take the South African experience and you take us through the lives in Biafra and all of the things that has happened in Nigeria, you see, I mean, so much blood has been shed.
Let me take the last but not the least listener.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. Like what I was saying, the governors and our kingsmen, they don't have power
Remove
to
this
hold
noise
down
now. I beg, remove this noise, please.
Can you hear me?
Go on.
Yeah, because many occasions, many of us and some governors and some of our kingsmen, they have been pleading with the federal government to release this man. And they refuse to release this man, which means they are looking for something. Maybe they want to see whether Igbo people or anybody from South will do anything. Nnamdi Kanu did not do anything. Let them release that man. They don't need to give him condition or because of political, they don't need to do that. Let them release this man because they didn't see anything to do for this man.
Sorry, 60 seconds. Yeah, Effiong, let's begin to take it home now.
Well, I think it's clear, simple, straightforward, that the demand is being made, and Ono is stepping forward. He's gone ahead to even ask for who Nnamdi Kanu should be handed over to, who should stand as shorty, using Bianca as a member of this government.
The arrowhead.
Yeah. Yes. And again, what bothers me further is that what do politicians of the Southeast extraction, what do they discuss? Whether you are PDP, APC, or now ADC, what do you discuss that has to do with the welfare of your people? If Nnamdi Kanu's incarceration has led to the sit at home, has led to deaths, has led to the ESN, all of these things, and all of these persons belong to different political divides, I would expect with an organization like Ohaneze, they should the Ohaneze is not a political organization, but you have a lot of individuals from different political parties and different political interests being members. They should be able to tell themselves this is what we should do and stand on one point. And I'm sure that if they go through discussing with their different political plans or discussions in their political camps, rather, they would have a solution by today. Because no matter how they disagree, after all, when money is shared at the National Assembly, they get their own. When money is shared anywhere, they get their own. They're able to argue and get what they want for themselves as individuals. So The political situation.
I'll stop you there, but thank you for your intervention.
Great pleasure.
Okay, folks, that's it for today. Next week, we'll broach another issue that gets thrown up. Thank you for understanding. Good morning.